Hi, this is Jody from Women Travel Safe Facebook group. Today we're going to have an online demo of the Deutsche Bahn ticketing system on their website portal. I wanted to do the Train Italia for the Italian trains, but they are down for scheduled maintenance right now. So I've gone to the Deutsche Bahn site. I actually just did a Google and this is what's come up. I have an account, but we're just going to do it without my account. You see it's in German. So what I'm going to do is change it here. You see Deutsch, that's the language. I click on the arrow. It's not very intuitive, but let's change it to English, make it easier for everyone. So I want to go from, let's say, Munich, München, Hauptbahnhof, HBF is the main train station. And let's say we want to go to Frankfurt Hauptbahnhof. So main HBF is always the main train station in German. So let's say we want to go on Wednesday, and let's say we want to go at 9 o'clock in the morning. Okay. One traveler adult, I have a Bahn card 50 and I'm going to choose first class. Remember, that gives you access to their first class lounge. So again, let's take a look. These are the offerings that they have given us. We have our columns, the station, the stop, the time, the duration, how many changes are necessary, the product or type of train that means, the demand, whether it's on high demand or not, because that dictates whether or not you get your seat, reserved seat, savings fare, and flex price. So here's one with zero change. It's an ICE, so that's a high-speed train. Here's another ICE, but this one has one stop. If you want to see where it's stopping, you can click on the show details. So this is stopping Munich to Nuremberg, and then you transfer Nuremberg to Frankfurt. We don't want to do that. We want a nonstop. Here's another one at 10:55 to 2. We're going to take this one here. So 9:51, it gets in at 1:04. It's 3 hours and 13 minutes. We're going to click here to offer selection. So basically, I double checked Munich Hauptbahnhof to Frankfurt Main Hauptbahnhof, departing at 9:51. First class Bahn ticket. Let me show the details. Outward journey Wednesday, August 7th. Okay, so they're giving me 3 different pricing options. So the first one is the super spar price. It's the lowest one, and it's train specific. It means you must take this train. You cannot cancel it, and it means no city ticket. A city ticket allows you to get, for example, from your Airbnb or your hotel or your hostel to the train station using the city's trains or U-Bahns or S-Bahns or buses or trams. So if you're nearby the train station, you don't need a city ticket, and you know you're traveling on this date and you don't need a change, then you can go with this ticket. You can also click here and see the details. It gives you more details. This is the Spar price, and actually these options, as the day gets closer, you probably won't have this Spar price option. This is limited. It's a train-specific travel, and you can cancel before the first day, and you're subject to a fee, but you also get a city ticket. This city ticket you can also use in Frankfurt to get from the train station. The most flexible one is this flex price ticket, but of course you're paying more for it. So keep in mind these prices here are 50% off because I have a Bahn card that gives me 50% off because I travel so much. So if I have a meeting and I'm not sure if the customer is going to cancel, or I'm meeting a friend and not sure if they're going to cancel, then maybe I would pick this one because I want the most flexibility. Because say, for example, this train that you're scheduled for is broken down. You want to catch a different train. This one gives you other choices of trains on the whole day. So, or say you get out 1 hour early, you want to catch an earlier train, you can go on any train going to Frankfurt. So let's say that we're going to just choose this one. Oh, one other point here, this little icon here, it means a seat, an assigned seat is included in the price here. So normally you have to pay about €5 to have an assigned seat or seat reservation. You always want to get a seat reservation. We talked about when I showed you the video in the Munich Hauptbahnhof, basically showed you that people can go on and just take a seat. Well, you want to have a fixed reserved seat. You see here the price includes a seat reservation. Then you know you have an assigned seat. This is most critical, especially if you're traveling in business hours. So let's just say we're going to take this middle price here. And there's also a legend down here that shows you. Let's say continue. Okay, so we just check everything. Remember the dates. The day is first position, the month is second. I can go into my details here. We'll just do it without registering. We'll just go ahead here. So I'm going to do a digital ticket. I can also use the app and refresh it and download it on the app after I buy it online. Let's do the seat right now. This is really important. So reserve a seat now. I'll say one seat, any compartment, any location, any zone. I always choose any because this way in the next screen it's going to show me what's available. So let's take you there. So it says reserved requested seat, any. Right here, it's a little tricky, very easy to miss. We click here, say select seat. So I don't like to sit backwards. It's something, if you're sensitive to sitting backwards on a train, this is always a gamble on these German trains. So they brought up here the first coach. I can click here and go to different wagons or different coaches. This puts me in second class. I don't want to sit on second class because I'm paying for a first class ticket. Here's another wagon with first class. It's coach number 39. And I see that there are more seats available here in gray. So sometimes they have an arrow indicator that says which is the direction the train is heading, but that's not always the case. And you can see here in the demo, there is no arrow telling me if I'm going to sit backwards or not. So it's always a gamble. Sometimes I just take another seat and hope somebody doesn't have that seat because I don't like to sit backwards. But what I also like to think about if I'm carrying my suitcase, sometimes I like to put my suitcase right here because it's always very difficult, I think especially for women if we're not over 6 feet tall, to get our luggage in the overhead compartments here. So if I'm sitting along here, I usually lean it against the wall here, or sometimes where you have a change of directions of the seats, you can put them in between the seats. I don't see it on this configuration. Or sometimes I keep it near. So I'm going to probably want to sit by myself. Here you've got two seats together. Here's a table, but those are taken. So I'm going to choose seat 71. So it's coach 39, seat 71. And I still don't know if I'm going backwards or not, so it's a gamble. This is also a not a quiet zone, so you can talk on your phones. And you see here, if it's a mobile phone prohibited, that's a quiet train or quiet zone. So I'm going to take this one. We'll see if I'm going backwards or not. And so that tells you now coach 39, seat 71. Just confirm your details here, and then you can go on to proceed with your ticket. So it also tells you about your city ticket. It gets you to the following station, the S-Bahn, the train, the trams, the underground. That's also good for Frankfurt and Munich. So that'll save you about €6 in each city. So there's ticket insurance, but I never get the ticket insurance. So I'm going to go ahead with this €55.40. So I'm not going to go ahead and finish all of this, but they do give you different ways to pay with a credit card, pay direct, an online bank transfer. This is a European way, and of course PayPal. Okay, so that's basically how you reserve the ticket. I'm not going to reserve the ticket because I'm not traveling. I want to show you for the demo today. I hope this is useful for you. And please leave comments. If these videos are boring and a waste of your time, please let me know and I'll stop doing them. I would like to go ahead and do the Train Italia, but I can't do it tonight because their system is down for maintenance. Travel safe. Have a nice weekend.